Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my sunflowers. How are you on this fine Saturday afternoon? Well, I hope everything with you is copacetic. Let's see. You know this is about Katt Williams. He was on the Shay Shay Club. I don't even know what his name. I don't know if his name is Shay. I don't know what his name is. However, this here that has been going on, it has. I don't know words can express how it has. What do they call it, baby phone?
Blown up the internet,
when they
gone
blown
viral.
up. How many has it gone up? Is it 10 million?
Nope, 23 million in 3 days.
23 million in 3 days. My goodness. This is how we know that we are living in a different age. We're moving closer and closer. What do you mean? Because the truth. People are tired of lying. People are tired of the cabals, the secret societies. People want the truth. And so now that, he's come out with the truth, Katt come out with the truth, a reader asked me, is he legitimate?
Yes, somebody did.
Someone asking me, is he angry? Is this guy mental? Who would have the nerve to go up against the cabal, Black Hollywood? Well, I thought I was done with 50 Cent. But it's always been Katt Williams that always gone along with Kanye. And speaking of that, I like what he said about Kanye. I do. Why would you pick on somebody that if you think that they are not all together, why would you pick on them?
Yes.
I like that. That's not what he said, but I paraphrased it. So anyway, he got on so many people, but I wrote a note of a few things. But he talked on Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy got mad because Trick Daddy was taken up for Ricky Smiley, and Trick Daddy got mad. Oh my God. When it came down to Kevin Hart left a message like some kind of note. I wish we could pull it up. But anyway, Kevin Hart left a note and he was told, he told Katt to pretty much get over your anger and enjoy his new movie. When I think about Katt and I think about Katt Williams and I think about Kevin Hart, this is what I think. Katt Williams wouldn't do the sucking and he wanted to preserve the whole. He didn't want to wear the dress. He didn't want to do it. So they found somebody who was short in stature, who was willing to do it. They went all the way to Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, and they found a young man named what? Kevin Hart, that says, where you want Katt, he will. And I told y'all, Kevin Hart, I told you, a brown noser. I see it. And it's like, when you hear some of the things, especially when you hear about Cedric the Entertainer stealing his
comedy skit.
It is what it is. And a lot of times people get mad, they don't want to admit it, but it is what it is. Who else came out? So many. He called Chris Tucker, Christmas, something he said, making fun of them all. He also said that, pretty much that Gary, what's his name? Gary Owens, the white guy, the comedian, the one that was married to the black woman at one time, and he went to the black church and he would say, it was so long. Him. Well, anyway, he was the one that he supported him because he said that he didn't understand what he meant. So when he went to look it up, he realized he didn't sell out. And he kind of sort of alluded to a fact that something happened to him. He didn't say when and how and who, but something alluded. Like it left him with the impression, did I just get seduced? Was I admired? hired and now I'm fired because I didn't do, so even he has done it. People are coming forth, people are angry. I looked at, what's her name, Monroe, I can't think of her
Flame
name.
Monroe.
Flame Monroe. She's all elated that he did not talk about her. And, it's just good. I mean, nobody was off limits. No one was off limits. Everyone, it didn't matter, but I tell you, when he stood up and when he said that, I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember the thing. If he stood up and he said, if Frederick the Entertainer was right here, I will punch him in his stomach. Right? I could have died. Oh, I could have died. He called him a walrus. But I feel sorry for the host, Shay Shay. I don't know his name. I feel sorry for him, not like in a bad way, because I have never seen Shay drink that much. I wonder what Shay feels. It's truth. And like he thanked him for having a show where we can come and be honest. So the thing that really got him up in arms, what got Katt up in arms, was, you're not going to lie on me.
Yes.
You just not going to sit up here. He's like, now, and I've seen these interviews. I really have. So it's like, you done had Steve Harvey, you done let, what's his name, Smiley, Cedric the Entertainer, they done came on here, and he said, now it's my turn to set the record. But you're right. You can't be afraid. You got to stand up. And this is a man that truly believes that God is greater. And then they try to say that he's on drugs. I heard that he was a crackhead. I heard he was a crackhead. I heard he was an alcoholic. What have I heard about him? I heard that, I heard so many bad things about this man. But you know what? That's what they do when they want to blackball you. That's what they do. But you know what? Overall, he is someone to be respected.
Oh, yes.
You have to respect the fact that he stands up against injustice. So my reader wanted to know, is this man, well, it is alleged that he is somewhat what we would call a genius. At 13, I think he had already read the encyclopedia.
Got emancipated.
Got emancipated from his parents. He was very intelligent. I didn't notice about him. He was on the Sherry Shepherd show, and she was saying how much of a humanitarian he is, how much he gives, you'll never know. I also heard somewhere where they said he gave money to the Amigos and helped them. All these things I say is alleged. This is what I heard. But this goes to show, people like that put their money where their mouth is. And you have to respect the fact that he didn't sell out to Hollywood. He didn't. And he's calling all the ones that did. But when he talked about, what's the one that's going to jail? Not going to jail, I'm sorry. The one that's in court right now, the black guy. Megan Good is his girlfriend.
Oh, yes, Jonathan Majors.
When he made fun of that man's head and nose and said, when did that become beauty? I was too fit to be tired, okay? But he did thank Megan Good for stepping in and saving the brother. He feels as though when she stepped in, she cut down half of his sentence. I mean, he's funny. We've seen him in concert. I mean, he's funny, and I think he's on tour now. So I can't imagine this is going to like, boom. Talent is talent. And this is off the cuff. This is not like this man planned for this. This man planned for one thing. I'm going to come in and I'm going to defend my name. And that's it, whether you like it or not. But you're not going to sit up here, steal my work, talk about me, make it like yada, yada, yada. You got the wrong brother. And I have to respect him for that. So someone wanted to know, was he What was it they wanted to know? Tell me, what did they want to know?
Was he really real? Like, who
Is he
is
real?
Katt Williams?
Is he really a humanitarian? Is he really a genius? Is he really a God-fearing man? I don't know if he's God-fearing, but I could say a God-loving.
Yes, God-loving, definitely, because
everything is about God-centered. You never would have known that, but I got a chance to really hear him, and everything is about how he gives back. And I even seen this white woman, she was in the audience, and he gave $1,000 to her kidney. So you know what? That's how I would want to be.
Yes. Oh, I did like the one thing that I love it that he said this, talking about how Katt Williams talked about how this is an age of truth, which is resonating with the age of Aquarius theme.
And this is so curious because people are thinking this is a year thing. People, this is not a year thing. This is a years thing. How long? 2,000 years. This is nothing. This is the cracking of the iceberg. What do you mean? It's going to be a point where it is an upheaval because it's going to be light against darkness. Let me tell you something. I remember back in the 70s or something. Well, not in the 70s, but let me go back in the 90s.
Okay.
When there was fights and discrepancies, there was always pow. There was always a life for a life. Can I say it? Mm-hmm. So look how we have evolved today, that Katt Williams can come on, say what he has to say. You may not like it, but people are dealing with it and accepting that. We are growing.
That is true.
Think about it. It's happening. And what you see is happening with Hollywood first, right? You see it. You see them being exposed, but look how they're handling it. You don't see nobody, well, hopefully, I don't know about Trick Daddy because he got kind of angry, but you don't see anybody that's ready to go pow, shoot them up. So we are evolving into the new age. Why? Because people are to be able to speak their truth, say what they feel. Whether you agree or disagree, if it's truth, let the truth shine, because it is the truth that set us all free. It is the truth. Now, it's just like getting to the bottom of the truth. So this man is got a bad reputation, but he's got the record of a humanitarian.
Yes.
He's got the record of a God-loving man that cares, that is intelligent and extremely intelligent. I know one thing. If I was his girlfriend, which I would love to be because I love intelligent men, but I would not want to provoke him to argue with me.
No.
That would be for sure. Unless I knew that he was, but I can't even imagine what kind of man he is. He's so intelligent. I mean, I don't even know if Shay, I don't know his name. I don't even know if he understood how to handle him. No, I know he appreciated because his scientists show up to the roof. You said 23 million?
Yes. In 3 days. That's.
Whew. And I saw this, what was it, yesterday? And I was going to talk on it, but I had so many other things to do. But then I had a very dear family member that is homesick with COVID. And she says, please read Katt Williams. And I am. And her most, it's so horrible to see her sick. Get well, sweetheart. Really. Get well. Tell her get well.
Yes, get well.
Get well, Miss Queen. We know that you are so miserable, Yeah. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to read these cards for her because she's the one that says, read on Katt Williams. I'm like, read on Katt Williams. Sometimes I don't, I would read on it because it's like I keep up news.
Mm-hmm. And we like Katt Williams.
And we adore Katt. I love anybody that speak the truth and shame the devil.
Yes.
Anybody that's bold enough, that stand up against the system. So let's go. Let's see what we have here. Let's see what we're working with. I so enjoyed it. It's such a breath of fresh air to hear truth, you know? And although we don't like it, but it is the truth that set you free. Now, all these men can do is just own your crap. But you know what? It ain't never that easy. You got liars, and you know what liars do?
Yes, they will lie.
They just lie. That's just what they good at. Well, here we go. Center card.
Oh.
We got the star. I'm not putting out anything. I'm just doing it this way. So this is going to represent him, the star. So this is of hope. So what does the person want to know?
Who is Katt Williams?
Who is he? We see a cup. This is love, beginning, relationship. We definitely see money, a money maker. We also see an introvert, someone that can be introverted or sit to the side and think. We also see somebody that is a strong fighter and will fight with fire and fight with facts. Whenever I see my sevens, that remind me of 7 deadlies, and this is fire. So this is somebody that will fight fire with fire, that will work, don't have no problem fighting with facts, you know. I see here that there's a lot of things that go up in his mind that he thinks about, that he care about, that he don't care about, that he deal with, you know. Again, I see here a queen. I don't know what that exactly means. I don't know if there's somebody in his life. I have no idea. See if there's someone in his life. If not, then that just could be somebody he's dating or somebody he's wishing in his life. Also, I see a balance when it comes down to something. I don't know if it's business. I don't know if it's finances, but I definitely see that he's something is a little emotional in that realm. And also, I see he is the great magician. And I also see that making money or whatever he needs to do will never be his problem. He's just proved that to the world, that how great he is. You know, you ain't got to, what can I say? He ain't got to prove nothing to nobody.
Mm-mm.
Wow. Side note, what do you think with that? That's money that's been made. Do he get a cut of that or anything like that?
It's a good question. He probably does.
Well, anyway, the bottom card is happy, like he cares about his family. His family means the world to him, his home. So with that being said, so this person wants to know what? Tell me again.
Yes. Who is Katt Williams?
Who is Katt Williams? Well, he's a cat, a vicious cat that will attack if you go in his den. What I really see here, I see someone that really cares about his home life. This is the base card, that really cares about his home life, that his life, where he lives, his home, his family. He has a big heart towards his family. Also here, let me see these corners. In my first upper left, I see someone that's a very hard worker, that's about their money, that's got money. You know, he may not flaunt it, but this is not a broke man. This is somebody who has money. All right, has money to spend, money to give. And this is somebody that's not afraid of Hollywood either. He has the means to be able to stand up. And as we see, he could just now, if he's doing a tour, is he doing a tour? If he's doing a tour, can you imagine what that's going to do now? Wow. Here we see him as someone on my upper right. We see someone here that's very strong, that will fight for what they believe in, no matter what. If they got to fight alone, they're not afraid. He's not afraid to fight by himself. Also, I see a queen. Is he married? I don't think so. No.
No, he's not married. Not from what I could find out.
Do he have a girlfriend?
Not that I could find out. It didn't sound like it.
Right. Excuse me, guys.
I believe Katt Williams is on tour.
Okay. Who's on tour?
Yes, they're getting ready to start tour.
Well,
sometime
if that's
this month
the
or
case,
next month.
You see, this was good. That's the same thing happened to Chris Rock.
Yes, you're right.
Right. So this is a good thing. He couldn't have done it at a better time. And furthermore, when is a good time to stand up and fight for your rights and say this is all BS and I'm against it. However, I don't see a woman in his life, but I do see that if it is someone, I think he wants someone that's nurturing and somebody that is caring, loving, family oriented, that's just not out for money and all that. It's me.
Mm-hmm.
No. And what I see on the lower, again, I see the magician, and that's somebody who can have the power to demand an audience, who knows how to make money, who knows how to get what he wants, who's never going to be out there begging bread unless something done gone on with his mind. This is somebody that's very, very, very strong and very skilled at the art of communication and deliverance. This is somebody that you do not take for granted. So when I'm looking at the cards and I'm looking at who this man is, there is nothing on this table, not one bad card about this man. Nothing. We'll see what the end result. But what I see here, I see in his presence. I see this man it's about new beginnings. He's going to embark on something new. Maybe his shows, I don't know, but I don't know, but I definitely see this is a man that is very lucrative, that has money. I also see someone that he ain't perfect. He got his spots, he got his darkness, but he's really, really, he has a lot to say. He's very strong in his convictions, and he doesn't have a problem to say what he has to say. Also about this man that's very strong, that's very earthly and grounded and rooted. He is a Virgo, so he is about family. And like I said, family means a lot to him. Also, I see new beginnings, but this new beginning too is spiritual. So he strikes me as a very, very spiritual person. So whatever it is that he's going to be doing, it's got some spiritual undertones that have to deal with who he is as a man. I think he finds groundedness in being spiritual. Also, again, there's a king and there's a queen. Either he's looking for a mate or someone is coming in his path. I really see that either he really wants a mate, because I see a king and I see a queen, and in the middle I see cups. So there could be somebody coming or somebody he knows that he's interested. So I see that maybe there could be some kind of beginning love, or he's going to be meeting someone within the next 6 months to a year. I like to put that out there. Also, what I see in the presence with him, I see right now that he's resting up, getting ready for his shows. I also see that he walk in hope and he walk in belief. I also see that there's something that's on him that he's not 100% about, that he's waving about. I don't know what that is. I can come back to that. However, in his near future, it's about fighting. It's like, he already know that when he put this out there, he know the vultures are going to come, but he's ready for that. And it's like truth will prevail. He believes that the truth will always shame the devil, and he going to speak the truth. And even though many people come up to him and put a lot of thoughts in his mind, he's very strong about his own convictions, and that he will not be in the shadow of his life. He's going to live out loud, and nobody's going to stop him from saying what he wants to say. And as I say, he is the magician, so he can cause things to happen. And as far as anything, he fears no man. No. Now I'm not saying he don't feel a weapon, but I definitely see this. Okay, so when I look on the angle, I just see nothing but positive. Who I see this is a man that is introspective. I see this is a man that is think. Don't underestimate his genius powers. I definitely see a little turmoil right here. I have no idea what that could be, but it could be a business. It could be property. It could be something that he's going through financially, or business, or something earthly that maybe he's thinking about getting rid of or keeping. I don't know. But I definitely see that. On the other angle, as long as hope is, this man don't live in no dark place. And when he does, he chills. He meditates, he chills, he gets to the ground. But they say he's a genius. Let's see what the final card says.
Oh.
He said what he had to say. He came on that show to say what he had to say. He slayed and he walked on off. He's like, I came to say who I am. And you see that bright red. He's like, okay, I know I left bodies. But he came and he said what he had to say, and he don't care who like it. It's like, if you don't want me to come for you, don't come for me. Don't sit up and lie on my name. Don't lie on my name. So he came, he saw, and he's moving on. He came, he got his piece. He didn't say anything really derogatory about anybody, really, but he's just a comedian, and that's just what they do. So he came, he saw, he slayed, and he's moving on. So my overall of this, I see nothing but goodness for him. I see new beginnings. If I see that there is a right woman that is going to come in his life. So, I definitely see it. And that's in his this is like his past, his recent past. So it could be somebody he knows or somebody, but I definitely see it's coming towards the future here, and maybe in the relationship, maybe this is somebody he know or working with. Maybe they had some oppositions, but I definitely see some kind of love. Or if not, he wants love in his life. He wants love in his life, definitely. And I think he's ready for that. And like I said, he's a thinker. He's going to take time out to think. He walk in hope and faith and belief by the star. He believe in paying back. He believe in giving. And he knows what time it is. And he knows that we are in a new age. And he understands that this is the age of truth. And my people, age of truth is not just this year. Stick around long enough. Greater things than this you're going to see. Greater things than this. This is just the beginning of the iceberg. Before, like I said, there was a time that if you said something, people be ready to fight and all this. But look at us now, how we are evolving. We are able to say things, and we don't have to we don't have to go to no funerals. We're able to talk, and we're able to say, not all of us, but we're growing. And Hollywood is setting the example how you can talk. Look at that. He said what he had to say. Yes, there are people that don't like it, but people respect it. They don't have to like it, but you move on. So we are evolving, and this is a good thing. And it is going to be a time, maybe not in your lifetime. Remember, this is over 2,000 years. This is going to take about 3,000 years, damn near, for things to level out, okay? And before we go through a new age. So there is a lot. This is just the beginning, my friend. This is not just the year, okay? So, baby Crone, you have any questions?
I was sitting here trying to think of a question for Katt Williams.
How was that reading?
Yes, it was very good.
He's an upright man.
Yeah,
I have a question. He said he never did drugs outside of alcohol. Outside of, he said weed. Well, I know he drank alcohol. Outside of weed, and he said tobacco. And I would say alcohol. Have you ever did any hard drugs, as it has been alleged that you are a crackhead? Is any of that true? Where you? Okay. All right. The magician. No. Because he's like, I'm standing before you. Here, he's looking out. But as the magician here, he's looking at the audience, and you see the audience here. It's like, judge me. Find anything you want to find on me. Prove that I've been a crackhead. This is what this is saying. So, no. That he declares that it's not it, and the cards are confirming that he is not a crackhead, nor has he ever been. He could have tried it. I'm not saying any of that, but the cards are definitely saying that he was not a crackhead. I always heard that he was, so I don't know. Do he really love women? She wants to know about him, right?
Yes, she
Do he
does.
love women or he's a secret hater? No, this is 11. He's not about just women, but he's about a family. He's about family in the background. It's about balancing. It's about the act. It's about being, yes, I'm male, and my male need my counterpart of female, because what we have here, we have justice, and it's like justice is fair. So this is a yin and yang. So yes, no, he is not gay. He loves women. Is there anything you could think of?
My question is, why does he feel the need to be a humanitarian? To
I
give
think
back
you're
to
born
Hakeem?
like that. I
That's
truly
true.
believe, because of the injustice, because you see what's going on right in front of you and wanting to do something. And I also think it has something to do with his past, his family, and just wanting to help. I truly believe that being a humanitarian, I think you're born that way. And I think that you have real devout humanitarians, as we saw with little kids.
Mhm.
But then you have moderate humanitarians that, somebody that see a homeless will give a homeless or give clothes. They may not be, give the big stuff, but they give freely when need to give. So I think that there are different levels of humanitarian, but the cards show that he came to Shay Shay Club to set the record straight and to drop the gauntlet. You see one of them missing.
Mhm.
He slayed and he left.
Well, actually, none of them are missing. It just appears like one is missing.
You're right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're right. The act of an illusion. You're right, baby Crone. And this is an 8. And it's moving on. He came,
Yes.
he saw, he stood up, he slayed, and this means 8s are what? Moving on. So that's all I have. Honestly, there is nothing negative. This man is a man, he's about family. He cares about family life. And I truly believe that he would make a very good husband. Nobody is perfect. I don't see him as perfect. But let me ask one, do he have some kind of mental ailment or darkness? Not that he's crazy or anything, because, like I suffer with a little anxiety. So do we have something that could hinder him in any way? Well, here, this shows that whatever it is, it would stem from his childhood. Whatever problem that he would have, it would have stemmed with his childhood and siblings. Whatever that means. That means don't go no deep. That's all he wants to say about that. So anyway, is there anything else I need to say?
No.
Was that a good? There was not one bit, not one.
No. It just shows Katt Williams is truthfully himself.
It's truthfully who he say he is. Katt exclamation point. Is he angry? No. And if it is, you can bet your bottom dollar, like Soul Train would say, you can bet that if it is anger, it is a righteous anger, because he wants to expose. I used to think, is he jealous of Kevin Hart? What I've learned from this, if I wanted to be Kevin Hart, I would be where I would be Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart wouldn't be there. But because he wouldn't wear the dress, he wouldn't. So they got another short guy that he said that they ain't do nothing over there in the West Coast to even make it. He made so many valid points.
Yes,
however, I love the way that Kevin Hart handled it.
Yes.
Because if it didn't mean anything, why are they all complaining?
Exactly.
Why are they saying something?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's truth to it. But you know what? Greater things than this will be revealed. Here little, there little. It's going to be revealed. We're living in the great enlightenment. Sheets are coming off. This is not a year thing. This is going to be a life thing. This is a revealing. In order for us to grow mentally and to be able to grow out of this 4th dimension and get into this 5th, this 5th dimension, we have to grow mentally. It's about a spiritual evolution that is taking place. It's not about on the outside, it's on the inside. And Katt even spoke of it, right?
Yes, he did.
He understood that this is the age of enlightenment, and he understands that this is the age of truth. So we're in the eras of truth. So with that being said, I thank you for joining me. I so enjoyed it. I thank you, my sick loved one. Get well soon. Thank you for encouraging me to do this on him. I would have put it off, but she encouraged, do it now. But I'm glad that I did.
While it's hot.
While it's hot, I'm glad, and I hope that when you see it, that it makes your day bright. Please get well. Sunflowers. Mwah. Sunflowers.